Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Shruti Smrti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Om Samasta-jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Hari Om. We are now in second verse of Sadhana Panchakam. Sangas satsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktirdhrudadhiyatam shantyadi parichiyatam dhrudataram karma susantyajyatam sadvidvanupasrupyatam pratidinam vikshaushadam tatpaduka sevyatam brahmaikaksharamartyatam shrutishiro vakyam samakarnyatam. He says again, we saw two values in this second verse. Sangas satsuvidhiyatam. Seek companionship of men of wisdom. We saw Bhagavato bhaktirdhrudadhiyatam. So cultivate firm devotion towards the Lord. These two we saw. And next value or next pointer for seeker is Shantyadi Parichiyatam. Meaning, cultivate. Parichiyatam, Parichiyatam, meaning let those qualities, Shanti, Danti, etc., let us become familiar with them and let those values enter into us, and may we practice them in our life effortlessly. What are those values? What are the quality that the practice we should do? Cultivating what? Shanti Adi. Shanti Danti. Shanti Adi Parichiyata. So actually Shanti Adi Paricham, Shanti Danti, yeah, otherwise we can say Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. So Viveka, Vairagya, Shatsampatti, Mumukshutva. These fourfold qualifications for a Vedantic seeker, seeker of truth. Viveka is discrimination, Vairagya is dispassion, and the most fundamental, unless we are very, very strong in these six practices, Shat Sampatti, 6 types of wealth, inner wealth. That should be the foundation. And once the foundation is very laid properly, then we are insured, secured from all kinds of external disturbances. And we know the art of living. We will know the art of navigating our life through all kinds of challenges and situations and tempting objects of the world without getting influenced. We can come out of all these things without any scar on our body. Body means mind and on us, without any scar, without any scratch. We can come out of it. So now, Shanti, peace, actually Shama. Shama means what? Mano Nigraha, Shamaha. So mind is always running through the sense organs into the world outside. So this outgoing tendency of the mind, always running through the sense organs into the world outside, and bringing all those objects into the mind. In Vedanta, we speak about vritti vyapti, phala vyapti, all that. We go, get all those objects and drop them in the mind, antakarana. And when the sense objects, that is mind, goes through the sense organs, embraces the sense objects, collects them, and when the objects again go back into our own, it's like, constantly mind is getting flared up. Every object that enters into our mind disturbed, goes out and get disturbed. So shama sadhana, that is, shama is mano nigraha. So, like, avrutta chakshu amrutattam ichha. So mind, we must curtail the mind, not by suppression, by taming the mind, teaching the mind, and training the mind. Tame the mind, teach the mind, manasa bodha. We should give our own, to the mind, give lecture, teach our mind, manasa bodha. Before we teaching, mind should be available. So tame the mind by talking to the mind, pep talks. So many experiences you had gone through. Why are you going out? What is that you're getting? Like that, constantly we should teach our mind. So to teach our mind, we must have a little viveka. And viveka is born out of satsang. Binu satsang, viveka na hoyi. Without satsanga, viveka cannot be awakened. Discrimination cannot be awakened. Discrimination, buddhi, discriminating between good and bad, right and wrong, etc. So now, outgoing mind has to be, first of all, tamed, then teach the mind, then train the mind. Then after a classroom training, then mind can be exposed. And when we are living in the world, we must constantly check and keep on training the mind. How not to get influenced by the sense objects around. So the mind leaking out through sense organs. The mind is not allowed to go out, not by suppression, by viveka. And that mind which is kept under regulation, brought under control through discrimination, can be turned within for contemplation. So shama is that skill in our mind, in us, where the mind is not allowed to run into the worldly objects. This is sadhana, by viveka only. So once we understand this, that the mind is getting disturbed by the external objects, mind going out, that's the problem. When I can arrest the mind, relocate or educate the mind and re-employ the mind for something higher work, mind gets slowly under control. Guruna api na vichayate, Bhagavan Krishna says. Such a man of wisdom is not disturbed even by a greatest sorrow. Any objects, no. Like, for example, when we go to a toy shop now, as a grown-up adults, matured, we are not tempted. Our mind doesn't go out, hovering around the toys of the toy shop. Dolls and toys, some mechanized toys. I am in the midst of the toys. I am looking at them. I am getting amused. I may appreciate the technology also. Yet, I have no tendency, no temptation to enjoy that toy, to play with the toy. So, mind is not going out. Similarly, because of our Shastra Adhyayanam and Satsanga, Guru Krupa and Ishvara Krupa, if you can understand this entire world is drama is going on. Nothing is permanent. Jagati iti jagat, that which is constant state of flux, changing continuously. So changing objects can never give me permanent joy. So with this understanding, deep-rooted understanding, mind automatically becomes calm. Not that I am putting a chain around the mind. Mind simply doesn't go out. I know this is nonsense. Think. So since I am not a smoker, you may keep me in the midst of so many cigarettes. I am not tempted. My mind doesn't go at all. Similar such kind of habits doesn't go at all. Why? I don't have that vasana in me. So, first of all, Shanti, Shama, Sadanti means what? One is controlling the mind, outgoing mind, and keeping the mind in its own place. That's one sadhana. Even though the mind is not going out, the sense objects, because indriyas are very open. So what does indriyas do? Indriyas collect all these things, stimuli, external stimuli. It gathers external stimuli and drops it. So, but the inlets through which all these sense objects gush in and raising various storms in our mind, passions in our mind, if that is also controlled. So, Indriya Nigraham is called Damaha. Indriya Nigraha is what? Damaha. So, Mano Nigraha, mind is brought under control from going outside. Indriyas are controlled from not letting in all kinds of external stimuli through the indriyas and disturb the mind. For which, at indriya level, certain physical disciplines are to be undertaken. So, if I feel my indriyas I am not strong enough to control the mind, then I have to put more pressure, not pressure exactly, more effort to control at the indriya level, at sensory level. Because once I see, I may get tempted, mind goes out. So I will see that object is not brought in front of me. I may physically move out. This kind of sadhanas help. They are not permanent solutions. Temporarily, yes. This is how upavasa also we do. In upavasa, there is no energy given to indriyas. Indriyas don't go out. So mind becomes calm. Extra food is not given. So indriyas do not rattle us. And we spend time in solitude, not exposed to anything, ekanta or in solitude. So thus, indriyas also are controlled. And Adi Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Shanti Adi, all the six will come actually. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadha. So quickly we go through. Uparati means what? Swadharma Anushtanam eva. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, if we are completely wedded to our own dharma, dharmic activities, there won't be any time left for our self-destruction, to engage ourselves in self-destructive activities. Mind is so preoccupied in dharmic activities, no other objects can tempt me. There is no time to get disturbed. Uparati. Shraddha is Shastra se Guru Vakya Satya Buddhi. But Guru is correct, Shastra is correct. That faith in them. Titiksha, forbearance. Sahanam Saradukkhana. Ability to bear all kinds of troubles. Apratikara Purvakam. Without any reactions towards it. Ability to withstand, ability of forbearance, bear everything. Without reaction towards it. Oh, why it should come to me? Why should I go through alone? Why can't the trouble go to neighbor? Oh, I'm not happy with it. No, cheerful. Apradha Bhavan Ramji, he never reacted vehemently, emotionally, when he was asked to go to jungle. He only said, oh, my father gave me the kingdom of forest to rule. Bhagavan Ramji demonstrated that one can be cool. So therefore, it's called Maryada Purushottamar, Bhagavan Ramji. So, Titiksha is forbearance. Shraddha is sin. Samadhanam is Chitta Ekagrata. Concentration of mind is Samadhanam. So, ability to focus on a given piece of work as long as one needs to focus. That is called Samadhana. So these qualities we must always cultivate within. So they protect us. What is the use of this? They protect us from various kinds of onslaughts from the things and beings in the world outside. Everybody is challenging us. So many situations are created in our life. Shantyadhi parichiyata. Drudataram karmasu sanchajyatam. Drudataram karmasu sanchajyata. Very firmly, Drudataram, all desire-ridden actions. We must really take all those actions, avoid all kinds of desire-ridden. Samchajyata. Give up completely in a proper manner. We hold on to the worldly things mentally. Because when we hold on to many things mentally, many ideas, many notions, to fulfill them, to procure those objects, we need to work hard. And desires actually shattering us moment to moment. They're actually causing a tremendous amount of dissipation of energies. So desire to conquer desire, viveka only isn't required. First viveka. Then other disciplines also can be practiced. Such as fasting is one thing. So why fasting? Suppose you fast for one day in a week. The mind gets energy only from food. So when more food is not given, mind is not got so much strength to get disturbed. A little energy is there. So with that, mind become peaceful because pacified, because of indriyas are peaceful. The pacified mind I can employ in contemplation. So therefore, important thing is that avoid all kinds of desire-ridden actions. Karmasu sanchajyata. And which desire? Bhagavan Krishna said, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamospartarshava. I am that desire which is unopposed to dharma. So dharmic desires, There's no problem. They don't bind me. If dharmic desires also, when I'm fulfilling, if I bring lot of ego and egocentricness inside, ego-centeredness inside in that activity, it may definitely bind me. So one is dharmic activity should be performed without any attachment to it. Karmanyevadikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. Then again, that principle we have to bring in. So therefore, here karma dhrudataram karmashu sanchajyatam. Now, little analysis we do here. What is samsara? Samsara is equal to desire. The desire is the root of entire samsara. And the foundation for that is avidya. So actually, if you see entire creation, only desire is the cause, and that is the actual samsara. The desire is samsara. So more number of desires, more unhappiness. Happiness is equal to number of desires fulfilled divided by number of desires entertained. That is an equation. Happiness is equal to number of desires fulfilled divided by number of desires entertained. Suppose my desires are fulfilled 100 divided by entertained are 1 lakh. So 100 by 1 lakh, what is the value? 0.000 something. So that is the happiness index. So what should I do to increase the value? Either reduce the complete denominators. Slowly bring the denominator 1 lakh to 50, 50 to 25, then 1000, then 500, then 100, then 50, then 10. Where time will come where there are no selfish desires left at all. Desires have become zero. So anything by zero is what? Infinite. So we must reduce the number of desires that we entertain. Slowly and steadily. So when number of desires entertained are reduced, automatically we discover more and more peace. For which we have to analyze, that jayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu upajayate. Sangat sanjayate kama. See, because of constantly brooding over the objects of the world outside, teshu sangha upajayate. More attachment towards that objects are grown. And we know sangat sanjayate kamaha. Then immediately the attachment is born, then the desire to possess begins. It should be under my control. I must be the boss of the object. It must be available to me. I must enjoy. So sangat sanjayate kamaha. Once a kama comes, because so many desires we have, all are not fulfilled, it results in anger. Anger towards oneself, anger towards society, sometimes anger towards God also. Oh, God has not given me this. God has not given. Sometimes angry on Guru, and many people leave Gurus also. Oh, Guru has not done that to me. Guru has not done this to me. Think. So, Krodha will come. Krodhat bahut sammoha, delusion, out of anger. I forget myself, who I am, what I am. Sammohat Smriti Brahma. Then that's the forget myself completely. Smriti, memory, loss of memory. Buddhinasha afterwards. Why? Buddhi is functioning only in memory. Buddhinashat pranashyati. Prakarshana, complete total destruction will take place. So this iha, this kind of a desire, thirst, that is the culprit for all our problems, lack of peace, both within and in the world. So we understand one equation. More desires is equal to more sorrow. And minimum dharmic desires will not bind me. So always the person is happy within. Think. Therefore, when we understand the desire is a big subject, it is actually. Desire is small, a disturbance in the mind. It destroys the peace of mind. So therefore, avoid all desire-ridden actions. Selfless actions don't bind me. That too, I dedicate all of them to Lord. So one important message which we have to understand is that, can we live life as an ambassador sent by the Lord into this world? See, we have some duties, some checklist is given to us by the Lord. These are the karmas which you have to fulfill. Go and fulfill them. That's it. In that return, I am not expecting anything from this world. So I come, I perform my duties. A checklist is given. Certain people are only automatically the family members, society, the world, everything, they all come in front of me. Whomever I have to give something, they only come and meet me in my life. That is a beautiful law. Whomever I owe, they come and stand in front of me. If you understand that and keep on clearing the debts, I don't belong to this world. Number one, none of these objects give me full and complete joy. Enjoying the objects. Number two, moreover, this creates bondage in me. That's number point. Number three. And peace is there only in lesser number of desires. More desires, more disturbances. Less desires, more peace. So when you understand this, Dhrudataram karmasu sanchajyatam takes place. So karmanyevadikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. All those things in higher dimension. Because we must understand, first of all, actions are binding. That is samsara. Desire is samsara. Kama janami te moolam sankalpat kila jayase. Tasmat tvam na sankalpayishyami samulo na bhavishyasi. Monkey Muni, Udgar or Upadesha he gives in Mahabharata. He lost everything. The story, beautiful story. He was having little money. He is trying to do little things so that he thought some regular income will come. I can meditate. Muni is. Then he understood that everything is lost. Last minute he purchased 2 cows and he wanted to train them in ploughing and cultivation. He was taking them to the field, one day training. And a camel was sitting on the road, facing the mukha that side, face that side. So these 2 cows, younger ones, they're beautiful, hopping and jumping, skipping. With the rod, they are tied by a rope, both of them. When one went to the either side of the neck of the camel, these 2. So then they're pushing forward. They could not go because of camel's neck has come. Camel was facing that side. He was so scared, camel got up. When the huge camel got up, these 2 cows, already rope is there around their neck. They just were hanging and died in front of Muni, who's behind. Then he thought, whatever attempts I am putting to get money, they are not yielding any results. Then a beautiful one lesson comes out that Monkey Charitra says that Kama janamite ek moolam. Ultimately he says, oh Kama, oh desire, I know your roots. Sankalpat kala jaise. Actually, you are imagine all our desires are born out of kalpana only, imaginations only. Sankalpa is Sankalpa, but a kalpana, born out of kalpana. What is kalpana? If I do that, I'll be happy. If I take that, I'll be happy. If I achieve that, I'll be happy. If I go there, I'll be happy. If I eat this, I'll be happy. All imaginations only, calculation, projections. Based on that only, desires are born. So therefore, I will not make any sankalpa, you say. No sankalpa for life. Life may, this should be happen, that will happen like that, this should happen like that. More sankalpas we hold like that, more desperate we become to fulfill. All of them are not fulfilled. More sorrow, more sorrow, more sorrow. So when I stop at the imagination level itself, the sankalpa level itself, I'll stop. When I stop at the sankalpa level itself, desires cannot be sprung. Samulo na bhavishyati. You will be just destroyed along with the roots. So when I become aware, all these are the projections only. In imagination, that if I eat that, you may get pleasure, but not happiness. And moreover, that pleasure binds me and making me slave. So when we understand this, the entire desire like this, how it functions, what the desire does to me, I give up the desire. So all desire-ridden actions are to be given up, and only selfless actions are to be practiced and to be performed. Okay? So here we conclude today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. Hari Om.